Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. We have so many talented artists in our area. A musician that was born and raised in Andover and returned after getting her master's degree is Lindsay Schust. Let's hear about her and her project. Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. We have so many talented artists in our area. A musician that was born and raised in Andover and returned after getting her master's degree is Lindsay Schust. Let's hear about her and her project.
Well, the album started with one song, and it was a song that I wrote about Hippie Hill in Danbury, which used to be a very popular local hangout, especially for bikers and veterans and local people. And I was inspired to write a song about it.
Everyone's afraid to go up on Hippie Hill, you know, the last vestige of freedom in this town.
And it had to be a country song because country songs are the best for telling stories. And previously I've written mostly Afro-Cuban salsa music. So this was like a new genre for me, although I grew up with country music living in New Hampshire. I think the local area, the community, the people around here have played a huge part in this album and in the songwriting. For example, Country Way, with the title track, was inspired by a friend of ours, Smokey Joe, who used to live in Alexandria. He's passed away now, but he took me for a ride in this like old Chevy hot rod, 1931 hot rod, and I was just in this car, and I took a little film with my camera, and I was like, this has to be a song, you know.
Riding down that old country road in a 31 Chevy with Smokey Joe. He shows me where the road is still leading. We follow the river in the summer breeze. The wheels are rolling and the engine burns and the floor's rattling with every turn. It's a two-seater, but it's quite a car. We can ride for miles without going that far.
That's like so New England, these old cars going through the woods or on the old roads and new roads. So that came directly from friends and from the area living here. And then the rest of the album, it includes a lot of local musicians, including my own band, which is the Ragged Mountain Band, which is like family and friends. It's got my mom, Grace Schust, Jim Schust, my dad, my uncle Robert Grassmere, and Paul Currier and Jim McConnell. And then I had some guests like the fiddler, you know, Jordan Terrell Wasaki, who's a master fiddler who is based in New Hampshire. He has his own trio, and he's fantastic. And we worked together at the Concord Community Music School, so I was lucky enough to get him to play on a couple tracks. And he even had to do it remotely because a lot of the album was mixed during the COVID shutdown, you know, locked in time. During COVID, we did a lot of the mixing. So much of the stuff people had to do at their own house and send it to my producer, and then he did it, mixed it together there. So there was a lot of community involvement in it. So not only inspiration, but a lot of the community got involved in the project, and I always get people to join my videos if they can, music videos like the Hippie Hill video. The whole town of Danbury pretty much showed up. And the Country Way video, I got a lot of footage of people, friends, farms and their animals over in Danbury. And then the newest video, which is Sugar Shock, I got permission from Naughty Nellies in Andover to do some footage there and eat some of their delicious ice cream and for the video. And also I did a scene in the Danbury Country Store, who let me do that, and they were so relaxed about it. It was great. I have a background in music. I studied classical music in college and grad school, and I've been playing piano since I was little, and I also grew up with African drums. I have one over here. My mom started studying African drumming with this master drummer from Nigeria, Baba Olatunji. And so I grew up surrounded by like African percussion and drums, and she'd bring some teachers here and they would be playing at our house and doing concerts. So I had this sort of influence of African music and Afro-Caribbean music, as well as like learning classical piano. So my newest project is another melding of styles, and this one is on an international level, and I'm really excited about it. I have a really good friend, Papi Sani Jabate, who is a master drummer and a master guitarist who lives in West Africa in Mali, in the country of Mali, in the capital city of Bamako. And what we're doing is a collaboration where he's recording songs there and I'm recording my part here, and we're also co-songwriting. So I'm writing things in English, he's writing stuff in his native language, which is called Bambara. And I think that for me, it's a wonderful challenge to learn these new styles. Mali has a big culture of music, so many different styles. Is mind-blowing, and he's just a fantastic guitarist, musician, and I've known him since high school, so through the drums. So that's what's coming down the road. We're going to do a music video, and I'm going to film here in the snow with some friends, and they sent me some African dresses to wear, and so it's very exciting, and I do hope to share that with the community and kind of get people involved, because it's pretty exciting. So that's coming up next. If anyone wants to hear the newest album, Country Way, I have actual physical CDs of it, because up here, you know, there's still a lot of us still use CD players, myself included. And it's also online on the music streaming services. So it's on all the major platforms. So you would type in my name or Country Way, and it would be on Apple Music and Amazon. It's even on YouTube. And I have a YouTube channel that has a lot of our music videos on it also. And in the summertime, I play with my band in the local area at like the Wilmette Bandstand and the Wilmette Farmers Market sometimes, and Danbury Grange Fair, local events, which I think is wonderful that we have all that music in our area. We didn't have that when I was growing up here, because I went to school here, I grew up here. We didn't have as much music as we do now, so I feel like so lucky for the kids and the people who live here to have that. You know, it's mostly in the summer. There's some stuff during the year too, but I just think it's something that I really appreciate it.
Sweet and unique sounds. Thanks, Lindsay. When we return, we'll hear about a very fun fundraiser for victims of the war in Ukraine. But first, these words from the good folks that make our communities the great places they are, the businesses that support us, and the organizations you know and love.